Hello, this is your RPG archivist with another unexpected video. So I get off of work and I just got paid, and as I am wont to do, I check the new releases at my friendly local gaming store, and lo and behold, I see this. I heard this thing was going to drop, and I didn't know when. Apparently it dropped yesterday. And I'm excited about it. This is the Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty. This is not to be confused with this. I already did a little review on this one. This one's the comic book. Oh, ah. And it was a good comic book, and I recommend it for fans of Rick and Morty there. It also had a little adventure at the end that I haven't done yet. I haven't done the adventure yet. So this one's a starter kit of sorts. Well, this one's not actually advertised as a starter kit like this one was. This one's advertised as a starter set. This one's advertised as tabletop role-playing game adventure. Woot. Haha. As that's what I like. Let's see. Is there anything I need to talk about? Oh yeah, I'm not as worried about my camera burning out on me now, because I now know how to edit things. So if my camera burns out, then all I gotta do is wait for my camera to cool off and finish the video and then edit them together. But I still haven't figured out some stuff. There's some things I haven't figured out. In fact, there are things I'm not sure if my editing program could even do what I want it to do. I want to get pictures and put my vocal audio over the back. The way Glenn Welch of Welcome to Mystara does it, and the way Kurt Weigel does a little bit as well. There's a few people that just have this really good editing style, and I want to do that. I don't want to just be some guy holding his phone, yeah, looking at the stuff. I mean, this is adequate, but it's not good. Okay, enough about this. I need to give you guys a little refresher on what we've already gone over. We've gone over the D&D starter set. It had a nice set of dice. It had 2 booklets. One of them was the, now in my opinion, classic, Lost Mine of Phandelver. It's a good adventure. I like it. Next came the Dungeons and Dragons starter set for Stranger Things. And this is the first themed box set that we had gotten. It had pretty much the same stuff as the starter set. Same dice even. Exactly same dice. And but it also had 2 Demogorgon figures down in the little thing. And I've already painted one of them. The other one was pre-painted. And they were okay. But you ended up with, let's see, you had a $20 price tag versus a $35 price tag. And I've read the adventure. I don't know. The adventure, I gotta play that one to be sure if it's adequate. I don't know. Which reminds me, I really need to do a deep dive review on the Phandalin adventure from Lost Mines of Phandelver. Speaking of Phandalin, come over the Essentials kit. This kit had a little bit more oomph to it. It had 2 booklets as the other previous 2, and it also had brand new red dice, but instead of just 1 each of the polyhedrons, you had 4d6s and 2d10s, one of them being a 10's 10. You could roll D percentiles with the 2, if that makes any sense now. And of course 2 D20s. In other words, a proper set of dragon dice. That's what I call them. I guess they're polyhedrons. I don't know. I call them dragon dice because that's what I've been calling them for years. And if you have all the funky dice, then there's Zachi dice. That's how I roll. Sorry. I'm currently, well, I wouldn't say currently. I have been running the adventure in the Essentials kit. I don't know. So far, I'm not liking it as much as the Lost Mine of Phandelver. But to be fair, I've only done like the early levels, and I plan on doing a lot of weird stuff with it, like I did with Lost Mine of Phandelver. I did some weird stuff with Lost Mine of Phandelver too, and the weirdness is about to hit with the Essentials kit, but this is kind of on a break for the holidays right now. Nobody could get together. Well, it's mostly me. It's mostly me. I'll admit it. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a game or two going before then. This leads us to Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty. And look at this. It's a freaking Rick dungeon. I can't do the voice. I can do a lot of voices there. I can't do Rick. maybe later. Maybe if it's some practice I could do it. But you can see what that is. Yeah, I'm expecting this to be better than the adventure in here. The adventure in this one, I read it. It's alright. It's not bad. It's serviceable, but I didn't find it as interesting as I thought it was going to be. I don't know. I haven't ran it yet either, so So, is this a review? No. This is an unboxing. And I'll probably have it in the thumbnail, so I don't even know why I even bothered telling you. Yeah, this is an unboxing. I saw this in my friendly local gaming store, and had to pick it up. Had to make a video. I had an attack of opportunity, folks, and I took it. Okay, let's look at the back. And looking at the back, it looks like 64-page rule book. There's probably a variation of the same rule book they've done in the other three. The Lost Dungeon of Rickedness. Big Rick Energy, a 44-page original adventure. With a title like that, I'm expecting this to be a hoot. And I'm looking forward. A Dungeon Master screen. That's something that the Essentials kit had, was a Dungeon Master screen. Yeah, I might not care as much for the adventure in the Essentials kit, but the Essentials kit gave you some extra bells and whistles that made it worth it. And it was only, if I remember right, it was only $5 or $10 more than the original starter set. Let's see. And this one's got a $30 price tag. If that means anything. If y'all even care. Look, there's the little Game Master shield. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, let's read some of this. It's time for Rick to roll. Grab your pencils and lose your mind. I've made a dungeon, Morty. Well, it's more than a dungeon. It's a freaking masterpiece, packed full of Rickness, monsters, treasure, me-seeks, bugbear butts. You name it. Since I made it, no one has ever survived this dungeon. It's a meat grinder, Morty. I made it to chew up the Jerry's of the world. So he's writing OSR now, huh? This is Lamentations of the Flame Princess? Yeah, now all you mouth breathers in this dimension can experience my adventure writing ingenuity. I do that voice terrible. Let me try it one more time. So you get your friends and get there, Morty. Oh, and don't lose your butt. Okay, almost had it. Not really. It was still better than it was before. All right, I'm just a little bit too enthusiastic about this. Let's get started. Let's get to the actual opening here. Yep, I remembered for a change to have my pocket knife ready. Yes, this is my patented trick for opening up boxes. See how I'm doing that? I don't know if you guys care or not. So, there's a reason I do this. For those of you who haven't watched one of these videos yet, I hope nobody walks in the door while I'm doing this. You can only really do an unboxing once of any product. And I'm not buying another one of these. And I don't think my superior editing skill would rescue it. So, the reason I do that is because... I get to keep the plastic. The only thing, I don't really care for this price tag right up at the front. Oh well, what are you going to do? Okay, let's pop this sucker open. Right off the bat. Look at these dice. My lighting isn't very good. They look more yellow under fluorescent light. Boy, I wonder if they glow in the dark. Man, that'd be cool if they glowed in the dark. Let's see. They don't glow in the dark. Oh man, they would have been awesome. That would have been, if these were glow in the dark dice, oh man, that would be like amazing. That would be like price of admission right there. Ha! Alright, the Rick and Morty rulebook. It's a very similar, it's got that little edge to it like those other ones do. And let's just flip pages. Just flip some pages. Oh look, there's some regular D&D art in here. Don't know why. And... I'm actually looking forward to reading this thing. I'd like to give it a proper review. Because I have I was watching some YouTubers actually play this game. I think it was, what was it, Matt Mercer? You know, he's got all his voice acting friends. And they're all it was so meta. These were voice actors playing the characters in Rick and Morty who were playing the characters in the D&D game, which I thought was a hoot. I didn't finish it. I'm going to have to finish it and see what else was on its way. By the way, guys, I just want to give you a little heads up. I love the Matt Mercer videos and all, but your game is not going to look like that. Every group is different. Every style of play is different. There are gonna be groups that are like heavy into the role play, and there are groups that are gonna goof off, and there are groups that are gonna be like super serious, and then there are those that are just want to play it like it's what do you call it, a skirmish battle game, you know. Oh, I love this guy. I'm glad he makes an appearance in this book. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about the regular D&D art just kind of popping in every now and then. Most of it's all Rick and Morty stuff. Well, screw it. I missed a few pages, but who cares? Oh, look at this! How cute! It's got the little, the thing, the grid, the graph paper, like I didn't know what graph paper was. Keep reading and don't embarrass me, Morty. Okay. Aha! Let's save this for last, shall we? I want to look at this. Again, not your premium Dungeon Master shield, but it's definitely thematic. Here, let me lay it flat, sort of. Oh, I would love to be at a table and just pull this thing out and see everybody's reaction. I wonder if there's anything different on the interior, or if it's pretty much... Look. You can't really tell on my crummy little camera on my phone here, but there's like Rick and Morty characters in what would normally be the regular D&D art in the inside here. Let's see. But it looks like standard stuff. I don't see anything particularly weird. All right. This. Oh, look. That. Morty wants to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons, but Grandpa Rick's campaign draws the entire family into deadly alternate universe versus governed by the rules of the game. Paperback, March 2019. This has already happened. I have that. It's right here. You're advertising for something that's already been done. I got the premium one from GameStop. What am I complaining about? More people finding out, that's not a bad deal. But this! Okay, so the characters are in this book, but look, you get a proper character sheet out of here. So these are the characters that the characters of the show have written for themselves. Oh, 2 pages. Oh no, he's backwards for some reason. I guess that's a Jerry thing, maybe. I don't know. This is the kind of character I would have made when I first got into D&D. Yeah. Yep, half-orc rogue. That would have been me. When I first got into D&D, they read my mind. Well, I guess they're not all. I guess they're done that way for a reason. Wood Elf Cleric. So this is Meatface. I don't watch it. I like Rick and Morty, but I don't really get to watch the show a lot. I've seen enough episodes to know I like it a lot. So this is actually the first time I've seen Meatface. No idea who Meatface is. I'm going to have to watch some videos or something. I don't know. Okay. So far, so good. Wait. We got 2 half-elves in the group. That's funny. Oh, come on. There we go. I want to put it in order. There. That's better. Alright. I wonder if I could maybe edit these little bits out too. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I might just be too lazy to do it. 30 seconds. Okay. The Lost Dungeon of Rickness. Big Rick energy. I like the little, what do they call that, a semicolon? It's kind of an indication that this might be more. They might have more of these. That would be interesting. Oh, what's this in the back? A lich version of Rick, I guess. Oh, I'm so tempted to read this, but I've already spent a lot of time on this video, and I like to keep them under 20 minutes, and this is clearly not going to be under 20 minutes. Got a nice interior here. A little running the adventure bit. That is an old school looking map. Yeah, that is a very old school looking map. I approve. I approve. I'm not saying all the D&D should go back to the old school look, but it is nice. It's nice and it's nostalgic to go back and see an old style dungeon like this. Look, even the background, it's blue like the way TSR used to do it. That's nice. Bravo. I approve. I think I'm going to like this already. It is kind of silly when you think about it, how some of the old maps used to be. But it is definitely nostalgic. Oh, man. Oop, I missed a page. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I really shouldn't be flipping too much through this. This is the adventure book. We don't want to spoil a lot. Oh, monsters in the back. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't show off all the monsters. Here, I'm going to look at this for a bit. Huh. Okay. I hate to say it, guys, but it looks like it's pretty much the same monsters from the previous starter sets. From the Essentials kit and the starter set. Not the Dungeons and Dragons starter set. That's okay. You don't care. Yeah, you're probably going to get this anyway. If you're a fan of Rick and Morty, and if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, you're going to pick this up. It's a no-brainer. I haven't been in... I was kind of excited about this. I was a little leery. I wasn't sure how it really all hinged on the adventure, and I haven't ran it yet. And the Demogorgons were neat, but I don't know. I thought the price tag was kind of high. But I come over to this one, I'm actually really excited about. This one, yeah. Don't know when I'll get to run it, let alone read it. I like this cartoon spider here. But, yeah. Oh, look, it's a Ziploc. Man, too bad these don't glow in the dark. Can you imagine? It probably would have brought the price tag up by $5, but I'd have paid it. Okay, that was Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty. If I remember correctly, the comic was Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons, so they kind of flipped the title. Alright! I think this is a good video. I don't think I'll have to do any editing. Not much anyway. So what do you think? You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to ask a question. I'm wanting to review the Forgotten Temple of Tharizdun. I haven't ran it. I don't know when I will run it. I find the adventures incredibly interesting. I like the adventures for Dungeons and Dragons, in any game for that matter. But I want to review the Forgotten Temple of Tharizdun. Would you think I should do it even though I haven't actually ran the adventure? I'm experienced enough to pretty much predict problems in most cases. But I want your opinion. No guarantee I'll take your advice. But at least we might have a little discussion going. I also have a slight concern that some of my players might watch these videos and they'll know what's coming. Though I do tend to change up my adventures. I almost no adventure I've ever read has been pure. I haven't done a pure as written adventure since the 80s. I always add my own little flair to it for some reason. Can't help myself. Okay, about to hit the 25-minute mark. I think I've bored you long enough. This is your RPG Archivist. Until next time.